We welcome you 4,770 feet above sea level here in Harriman, Utah, Zions Bank Stadium, the site of this Western Conference matchup as North Texas takes its 5-match unbeaten streak on the road to take on an upset-minded Real Monarchs side. Hi everybody, John Gross with you. Thrilled to have you along for the ride today for this intra-conference duel. Should be a really interesting matchup. This is already the second time this season that these two sides have met. It was a 2-1 win earlier this year for North Texas over Real Monarchs. North Texas on absolute fire right now, but it's really been the defensive success that has gotten them to this point. Just 11 goals conceded all season long. They'll look to continue that trend against Real Monarchs, looking to bounce back after a 3-0 loss last time out. And here is a look at the Western Conference table. As you see, North Texas sitting with 30 points. That is just 6 points shy of their point total from the entirety of last season. Meanwhile, Real Monarchs now in 11th place with the other matches happening today. They find themselves 6 points back of the playoff line. So Real Monarchs at home for the final home match before embarking on a 3-match road stand. Let's look at the lineup that first-year head man Mark Lowry sends out, and 5 changes for them. Delgado remains the starter for the entirety of the month of June in net, but a change at the back. Pierre gets the start. He missed the last 2. He's at center back. That pushes Storley out wide to fullback. Then look out in the midfield. Caliscan and Moisa, 2 players that Mark Lowry really likes. In fact, earlier this week, Caliscan was named to the first team roster on a permanent basis as well. And how about Bell dropping into the midfield, normally a striker for this side. Meanwhile, North Texas, that patented 5 in the back formation, they've been so difficult to break down this season. And when you get past them, Michael Colodi has been the best keeper in the league all year. Important to note, for North Texas, they are without 2 of their top attacking players in Pedrinho and Tyreek Scott. It's Tyreek Scott's brother, Malik Henry Scott, who gets the start atop the formation for Michel Garbini's squad. Michel in his second match since taking over as the interim head coach. John Gall heading to the first team. Garbini, who had played for FC Dallas. He was known primarily by Michel at that point. Now leading the way, and we are underway. North Texas and Real Monarchs. Second meeting of the season between these two sides. It was a 2-1 win for North Texas earlier this year. Texas in the white kits, Real Monarchs in the blues. Jacqueline Metz is our match referee tonight. North Texas unbeaten in 5 in a row, outscoring the opposition 14-5 over that stretch. As Garcia paces his way forward, Garcia, the 17-year-olds, leaves one out wide. Bit of space to work with here. Pops back to the edge of the area. Endley strikes. That shot turned away. Comes back to Garcia. Garcia able to create separation. Here is Garcia once again, battling through 2 defenders. And it will be a throw. Well, Diego Garcia, expect to hear his name a lot today. Just 17 years old. But already 4 goals and 2 assists this year for somebody who actually played under Real Monarchs head coach Mark Lowry back when they were with El Paso Locomotive of USL Championship. As it's given away here, Real Monarchs look to counter.
Could you say that again? Sorry.
Mark Lowry's squad at 4-8-1 this season, coming off of a 3-0 loss against Tacoma Defiance. They did record 18 shots. They were +7 in shots, but just 1 shot on target in that match. It did follow a span of 2 matches in which they scored 9 total goals. Nearly half of their season output came in the prior 2 matches before last match's 3-0 loss. Mark Lowry did feel that there was a bit of a turning point in terms of attacking success for his side, but also mentioned how difficult it is to maintain that success given the roster fluctuation in MLS Next Pro. Silva lifts ahead. Here is Bell dropping into the midfield this match. Matthew Bell, a draft pick this year. Now it's Redzik getting to start atop this formation. Redzik loses it. And it's one right back. Here is Redzik. Space to send one across. He does sneak one through. North Texas pleading for a handball. They won't get one. Comes over to Silva. Silva strike deflected. And heads out for a throw, but a promising moment early for Monarchs.
I was going to say, his kids do a really good job.
Paul works that byline, whips one across, and it heads out of the area unscathed. And North Texas looking to counter. And well read defensively by Farnsworth, who has played the full 90 in 3 consecutive matches entering today. North Texas coming off of a 3-3 draw in an in-state rivalry match against Austin. Won the shootout 5-3. That was the most goals that North Texas has conceded in a match all season. They've only given up 11 all year, gave up 3 in the match against Austin. Michel Garbini said, hey, we did not have our best performance. He felt that his side should have been able to dominate play a little bit more, especially playing at home. He liked what he saw from them in the second half, though. He did say it could have been 3 points, but we will gladly take those 2. It was an important 2 points for us. Here is Sali working that left flank. It spins over the touchline, will be a throw. As we mentioned in the open, we are nearly 5,000 feet above sea level. That is something that Michel Garbini said. It's his team's first time playing at the altitude this year. Here's Garcia, the 17-year-olds. He goes down, no whistle from Jacqueline Metz, our match referee. Kaliskan gets rid of it. Bell now surges. Oh, a lovely ball from Bell. Here's Silva. Does he have help alongside him? Silva works into the area. That feed rolls through. You can see that this Real Monarchs team is able to get moving in transition, especially with the pace of Bell now dropping into the midfield rather than playing at a striker spot where he normally is. Though he has played a couple matches in the midfield this year. Now it's Endely dashing ahead. Endely flicks on. Molina turned away. Fernando Delgado, his first denial. Lovely build-up, and you see the attention that Endely draws. Lovely little flick out wide. And it's Delgado, the 17-year-olds, making his 7th start of the season, who has the first save of the night. It's something that Mark Lowry did talk about. He feels that his squad has the youngest goalkeeper group in the league. It had been Will Mackey starting earlier this year. Mackey just 16 years old. Delgado, the elder statesman, at 17. Ball stays in the area. Gordon can't win it. Westergrain does. And no trouble for Delgado. And North Texas starts to extend its press just a little bit, but now dropping back. contact, no whistle. And ball won by Henry Scott. Dropping back from his striker spot. North Texas entering today second in the West. And the switch unsuccessful, looking for Enes Sali. The ball did make its way over the touchline. And we talk about the positioning of the standings. Of course, a lot of the season left to be played, but this is already match week 16. This match, the penultimate match of the week. Garcia bumped off of it. And a free kick awarded to Real Monarchs, who entered today in 11th place. And after this one, we'll head on a 3-match road trip. They've struggled mightily on the road this season, just 1-5-1. Really pinpoints the importance of this match, trying to get a result at home against a high-quality side. They've had some chances early. Can they add to it here? This is promising as it slipped ahead and brought in by Collodi. Coming off his line. What a season Michael Collodi's had. The Plano, Texas native, played his college soccer at Columbia in New York City. Earlier this week named as the goalkeeper to the top goalkeeper in the league at the midseason point. Kaliskan now on it. Leads the league with 7 assists. There is Noel Kaliskan, the German. He was just added to the first team roster. He was a permanent addition. He has made 3 first team appearances this season. And despite the change in status, he is still expected to play a fair share of time with Real Monarchs. Bit of contact along that far touchline. Ball kept in play. And Redzik wins it back. Haven't really seen either side willing to extend itself much in terms of a press. We do see a bit of pressure here from Sali. No trouble, though, for the home side. The pressure extended once again. Really does result in a turnover. Instead, it's Bell who stays with it, surges forward. Matthew Bell, 16th pick in this year's Super Draft, leaves it out wide for Silva. Silva sneaks one across. Popped back out to Silva. Kaliskan now. Silva again. Kaliskan takes a crunching challenge from Andeli. And it will be a free kick for Real Monarchs. They work quickly with it. Silva, space to send one in. Powers one across. Found the foot of Paul. And it sails out of play. Mark Lowry's squad have been very active on this left flank. It's been Silva who has blasted in a slew of crosses already. And he found the foot of his target man, Paul. Unable to do much with it, though. Paul, who has shown an ability to score, has 2 goals this season. 7th pick in the 2023 Super Draft.
I think you should always just turn on. Just so customary everything you say.
There's Molina. Andeli able to track back and win it, then loses it. It is Kaliskan. Does keep it in play here. That's nearly resulting in the turnover. And no whistle. The Monarchs looking for one as challenge from Korchaz ruled clean. Korcha, 2nd year with the club, made his FC Dallas debut last year. It's been one of the consistent groups of this North Texas team for as much shuffling as you see with these rosters going from the first team to next pro or from the academy to next pro. The back 3 of this back 5, the middle 3 of this back 5 have been very consistent as Andeli is tripped up. They play on. Here's Henry Scott now. Can he send one in? He does. Headed out of the area, comes out to Andeli. And Donka cycles it around. Sully tries to split through 2. Still Sully. Oh, that is lovely. Sully lets it fly. Would have been a remarkable goal for Enis Sully. How does he stay with this? Avoids 3 defenders, able to keep it in play, and then says, hey, why not? And when you look at who's available today for North Texas, as we mentioned earlier, no Pedrinho, no Tyreek Scott. Those are the 2 attacking players, top 2 attacking players for Michel Garbini's side. After that, it really is Sully. 4 goals and 2 assists this year for him. Did have a goal and an assist last match in that 3-3 draw against Austin. He scored in back-to-back for Sully, who is a member of the Romanian national team. In fact, became the youngest player to play for Romania back in 2021. Did it at just 15 years, 8 months, and 22 days old. Monarchs playing with fire here at the back. Pierre in some trouble. Clearance unsuccessful. It's picked up by Henry Scott. And nobody on the receiving end of it. And North Texas really extending that press. It is Silva, though, so skillful as he carries through the midfields. Redzik now. Redzik surges. Redzik goes down. What a tackle. It's Nico Gordon. Another one of the anchors of this back line. The captain of this team. Gordon also has international experience, a member of the Montserrat national team as he lifts this over the top. Andeli settles. Andeli! They have taken a deflection. And it will just be a goal kick. What a lovely ball that was from Nico Gordon. And Andeli just lifted it. is Bell. Matthew Bell as it knocked away from behind by Mendonca. Gordon able to switch. Solly. Still Solly. He goes down just outside of the area. And it will be a free kick in a favorable position for North Texas. You see the quality that Solly brings to the side. He did recently sign a 4-year deal as part of the MLS U22 initiative. And has really produced this season for North Texas. Garcia and Solly, the two hovering around the spot. Waiting for the whistle from Jacqueline Metz. It is Solly off the wall. Well defended by Real Monarchs. Elevated feed, Andeli able to sneak past that back line once again. Leaves it back for Malachi Molina. Molina dispossessed. Caliscan, we talked about his offensive abilities, but you see his ability to win the ball in the midfield there. Past 20 minutes into this one. North Texas unbeaten in 5 straight, looking to stay in the upper echelon of the Western Conference, currently in 2nd place. What a season it has been. Now in match number 2 under the leadership of an FC Dallas legend in Michel. Michel Garbini, the interim head coach earlier this month, said it's an absolute honor to be leading a club that he's been with for so long, played with FC Dallas, longest tenured staff member of North Texas, been with the club since its inception in 2019. The Brazilian called it a dream come true to lead this club. Paul leaves it back. Andeli able to win it. As it jarred away by Farnsworth. Here's Solly. Slips one central. And a whistle. Flag is raised as Henry Scott is offside. This portion of tonight's match is presented by Intermountain Health, the power of we. Paul goes down. Will be a free kick for the home side. It's a series that North Texas leads 3-1-1. They met earlier this year, a 2-1 victory for North Texas. So speaking with Monarchs head man Mark Lowry, he said, listen, I feel that we outplayed them. I thought we were the better team of that one, but they beat us 2-1. And the reality is that's how North Texas has won a lot of these matches. They are so difficult to break down. And he said, listen, we know that today we will control possession. We will have chances. but can we find a way to beat them? That's the question. Andely the takeaway, leaves it for Garcia. Garcia dashes ahead as it nicked away by Pierre. Pierre making his return to the squad after not playing the last 2 matches. And his return at center back pushes the man with the ball, Keller Storley, out wide to a fullback spot. Storley, who has played every minute of his 12 appearances this season, one of the leaders of this team. A quality feed there for Silva. He's surging. Silva, one more feet ahead. It's Elijah Paul now. Paul cuts back towards Silva on the backside. Shot turned away by Barker John. And it's Colodi who scoops it up. The chances have been there, and it's really been on these counters against the run of play. You see Paul Workman across looking for Silva. Then it's Barker John. That one touch and the block by Molina. And that's the reality when you face North Texas. You may have some chances, some quality chances at that. But it's a back 5 that is so difficult to break down. And then if you do get past them, you have Colodi to deal with. There is Paul. Silva. Tapped wide to Bell. Here is Matthew Bell. Curls went ahead, and Colodi races after it. No hesitation from Colodi and his willingness to come off his line. Somebody with a boatload of college experience, having played 5 years at Columbia, but before that was a member of the FC Dallas Academy. Returning to his former organization after college. Here is Barker John. Looking for a whistle. There it is. Barker John, somebody who's really in the opposite side of the college experience spectrum compared to Colodi. Colodi spent 5 years in college. Barker John, he's only 19 years old. 37th pick in this year's Super Draft. Was an all-region player at Louisville. But left college early, entered the draft. Somebody who Mark Lowry said is still learning, still maturing since he is so young. Here's Solly. Gordon now. Andely taps ahead. Sustained possession here for the visitors, who have had no trouble claiming results outside of the Lone Star State. They are 4-1-1 on the road this year, as Gordon goes down and wins a free kick for his side. 4-1-1 and outscoring the opposition 14-2 on the road. Well, it's Diego Garcia who will put this ball into play. 17-year-old in his second year with the club. Does have 2 assists this year already. Garcia lifts one backside, was searching for Gordon. Sails out for a goal kick. Here's Bell. So quick with the ball at his feet. Matthew Bell avoids one defender. Leaves one out for Barker John, his fellow rookie. Damian Barker John. Marked by Westergrain. Let's that head out for a throw. Pop back. Settled by Caliscan. Now it's Moisa, the 16-year-olds. Somebody who Mark Lowry is very high on. Moisa again. Slips one in. Redzik on the move. Chips it. Oh, he scores! Benny Redzik against his former organization. Former FC Dallas Academy man. He played for the FC Dallas first team. He nets one against North Texas in grand fashion. The Texan from the edge of the area puts it past Michael Colodi. It's his third of the season. And Benny Redzik, just his sixth start of the year, makes it 1-0 Real Monarchs.
Monarchs goal, number 45.
Third of the season for Redzik. Spent over a decade in the FC Dallas Academy. He started with them at 6 years old. Even made his way up to the FC Dallas first team, but following 2022, his contract was not renewed by FC Dallas. Now with Real Monarchs, scores against his former organization. And temperatures in the 90s, so these two teams will have an opportunity to hydrate. After the Benny Redzik goal, he's a Carrollton, Texas native. And what a start for Real Monarchs, getting that goal. And this is pretty much unfamiliar territory for North Texas. Just the third time this season that North Texas has conceded the opening goal in a match. They are 0-1-1 in the prior two matches. They were knocking on the door, there was no doubt about it. They were creating some quality chances, especially in transition. This time Redzik just able to make things happen. Does it himself. And is able to beat the best defense in this league. As we wind down this hydration break. You see the chances that Real Monarchs have created today, maybe a turning of the tides, attacking-wise. As we mentioned earlier, there was that two-match stretch prior to the last match where they had scored 9 goals over 2 matches. But Mark Lowry talked about the struggles of getting into a rhythm, given the lineup changes, players moving up and down. Felt that his team, during those successful matches, they were intentional with the ball. There was a calmness about them. But said they kind of lost that against Tacoma. Maybe regaining that stride with the early goal in this one. And now for just the third time this season, North Texas looking to bounce back after conceding the opening goal. And they have to do it without the top two attacking options in Pedrinho and Tarek Scott, neither of whom are available for selection today. Here's Solly, provides a boatload of attacking presence, works one in towards Henry Scott, and it's picked up by Delgado. Bell goes down. There will be a free kick. Will it be more than just a free kick? Bell back at his feet. Jacqueline Metz now wants a word. This portion of tonight's match is presented by America First, the official credit union of Real Salt Lake. America First has game-changing solutions for every financial need, so join the winning team today at americafirst.com. Silva, his feed, slips away, picked up by Gordon. There is Gordon. Lee Henry Scott now. Out wide for Molina. Andeli. Marked by Farnsworth. Andeli breaks him down. Andeli sends one in. Goes out for a corner, nearly an own goal. But it's well defended by Bobby Pierre, blocking that cross. You see the skill of Andeli, the willingness to take on a defender 1v1. He was the 24th pick in last year's Super Draft, who has experience with FC Dallas, making his MLS debut last season. That ball overcooked and heads out for a goal kick. Well, it is a bit windy as you see the flags blowing towards the goal to our right. We continue to see North Texas really pick and choose those spots when they extend that press. They do so there, regain possession. There is Garcia. Solly leaves it off for Mendonca. Gordon. Molina, one-touch feed. Garcia surges after it. Andeli. Nearly a high kick there. Bell tries to slither ahead. Look at that pace from Bell. And he did not keep it in play. Just over the touchline, but truly top-end speed from Matthew Bell. High expectations from him as the 16th pick in the Super Draft out of Marshall. He was a first-team All-American in college. And a semifinalist for the prestigious Mac Herman Award. Mark Lowry talked a lot about Bell kind of dealing with those expectations and maybe some of the expectations that he had for himself. He was drafted high, started the preseason with the first team, and then he's not with the first team. So kind of managing the up and downs of the situation. Said he is very talented, but talent not the only thing that gets you to the top. And this will be a card, certainly a yellow. And Elijah Paul, our first booking of the match. So Paul shown yellow,
Yellow card
here in the
caution,
39th.
Monarchs, number 23, Elijah Paul.
Gordon, confident with the ball at his feet as a center back. Solly, so slippery. Solly connects with Henry Scott. Now it's Garcia. Garcia, can he keep it in play? No. Nil scoreline, the 30th minute goal by Benny Redzik. Westergrain nearly took it away. Now a lot of space to work with. Real Monarchs able to break down this press. Silva. Probing, leaves it off for Bell. Caliscan leads this team and leads the league with 7 assists this year. Caliscan pops one ahead. Challenge and a free kick in the way for the home side. This portion of the match is brought to you by Zions Bank, the official bank of Real Monarchs. Gorgeous night here at Zions Bank Stadium. It is a bit hot, which prompted that hydration break that we saw earlier this half. Here is Redzik. Lifts one ahead for Silva. Lovely ball. What can Silva do with it? Tommy Silva slips it central. Back to Silva. Redzik, one goal already for Redzik. Leaves it back for Silva. Lays one across and deflects out for a corner. It was Korcha stepping in front of that cross. You have to like this interplay and the recognition by Redzik that Silva was making that overlapping run. Will be a corner for Real Monarchs, who deservedly so have this 1-0 edge. Played short to Caliscan. Silva now. Back to Caliscan. Silva again. Silva whips one in. Headed away by Gordon. Storley will toss this in. Leaves it into the box. Paul able to win it back. Elijah Paul stays on it. Paul leaves it central. That feed cut away by Mendonca for another corner. As we wind down in this first 45. As it stands, Real Monarchs, a 1-0 lead over one of the top teams in the league. North Texas, second of the West. And unbeaten in 5 straight. Being tested in this one. It's played short. Bell pops it back out. Driven across. Finds Kalaskan, who hit it right at Colodi. That was drawn up perfectly. The final product, though, not quite there. Would have been Kalaskan's first goal of the season. He's done a whole lot for this team, but he hasn't scored yet. Initial indications of 3 minutes of added time in this first half.
There will be 3
half
minutes
that has seen
added to the first half.
that 30th minute goal by Benny Redzik. Will we see more? Well, certainly a poor clearance there, and Delgado just has to watch it sail out. So a chance here for Michel Garbini's side. North Texas looking to still win late in this half. Solly will take it. He has 2 assists this season. Solly sends one in. Both teams pleading for it. And again, a corner. Andeli leaves it for Molina. Well, for the amount of possession that we've seen from North Texas in this attacking third, not a whole lot of quality chances just yet. Here is Malik Henry Scott. Slips one through, and it's lifted out for another corner, this time by Bobby Pierre. Another corner kick. North Texas living in this final third as we wind down to this first half. It's Garcia. This time an outswinger. Molina. That cross blocked. And now it's Redzik. Unable to get there, but it will be a throw for Mark Lowry's side. Mark Lowry's first season in charge of this club. Native of England. Certainly a happy man with his country's win earlier today. Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane, 2 goals to win it in dramatic fashion. And the flag is raised. Offside late in this first half. Final seconds, we'll see how much leeway Jacqueline Metz gives to North Texas. Likely the last opportunity. It is given away, and that will wrap up the first half of action As it stands, Real Monarchs a 1-0 lead at the break, looking to pull off one of the bigger upsets that we've seen across the league this season. Just one loss so far for North Texas. They're being pushed to the brink. We're through 45. Real Monarchs 1, North Texas 0. Coming up, Michelle visits MLS Next Pro headquarters for a report after this break.
Really sweet. Ahí está el centro. Gol. Para Maxi Mesa para pegarle. Maxi le pegó. Fuerza. Al frente. Servicio. El tiro. It's saved by Carlos Corner. Con autoridad el centro. A la izquierda en las afueras del área. Le pega. Golazo. Externa, va a definir Chicho.
Welcome back to halftime. A 1-0 lead for Real Monarchs over North Texas. Michelle Montaigne checks in from New York and takes a deep dive into the first half of the season in this week's edition of The Report.
The back post, and there it is! This is a Jago!
Overhead kick is in.
And this one's in, how about that? And it is all working for North Texas.
From the West Coast to the Big Apple, the league has seen big things from our guys through the first half of the season. I'm Michelle Montaigne, joining you from Major League Soccer headquarters in New York City today with a special mid-season edition of The Report. The midway point of the season means it's time to recognize who has stood out so far. And since this is a team sport, we start with our mid-season team, who just so happens to have the youngest average starting lineup. That would be Philadelphia Union, too. They've earned 29 points in their first 13 matches. Their 28 goals are tied for second most in the league, trailing only SKC2, while their 13 goals allowed tops the Eastern Conference. The perennial playoff team has found its way to the top of the East, and the entire club, from staff to coaches to players, is due the credit.
For us, it's just another day. You know, it's part of our goal, you know, to develop these players each day, each week, and you know, a lot of the credit, if all of them, should go to the players. You know, they put in a lot of good energy every day, every week. They prepare well. They take care of their bodies off the pitch. So, you know, this is just kind of a result of all the good things that they've been doing throughout the season so far. So we're happy for them.
With the impressive run of form from one of the best development clubs in the country, it's no surprise to see so many Union 2 players signed to MLS deals this season. David Vasquez, Andrew Rick, and Kevin Sullivan headline the group of youngsters. Vasquez has posted 2 goals and 3 assists in 8 matches. Andrew Rick earned his MLS debut on June 22nd, starting and playing all 90 minutes for Philadelphia Union. Kevin Sullivan, who signed the largest deal for a homegrown player in MLS history on May 9th, made his professional debut with Philadelphia Union 2 on March 24th. He entered the match as a sub and assisted the game-winning goal in a 2-1 victory. Your midseason coach honors go to FC Cincinnati 2's Tyrone Marshall. The turnaround in Cincy this season has been nothing short of inspiring to watch. Marshall has his guys poised to challenge for a deep playoff run for the first time in their 3 MLS Next Pro seasons. After bringing home monthly honors in May, North Texas SC's Michael Collodi was named the mid-season goalkeeper. His 11 goals allowed are the fewest amongst keepers with at least 1,000 minutes this season. His impressive form since rejoining his home club at the start of 2024 has his team near the top of the West. Now, we know so many guys across the league are rising through the ranks of their respective organizations. So for St. Louis City 2's Makai Joyner to earn the highly coveted Rising Star honor at the midpoint of the season is no small feat. The 17-year-old has posted 6 goals and 8 starts for Bobby Murphy's club, which leads the team in St. Louis. And last but opposite of least, SKC 2's Cameron Habibullah was named MLS Next Pro's mid-season player. He leads the league in goal involvement, scoring 7 goals and providing 5 assists so far this season. What's more, his 7-goal tally finds him in a 4-way tie for 3rd most goals in the league. The 20-year-old forward is showing that the 3rd season's the charm for him and is a part of why SKC2 leads the league in both goals and assists. The 20-year-old forward has excelled in Kansas City after spending his first 2 seasons in the league with Whitecaps FC2. Born in Uzbekistan and raised in British Columbia, Habibullah joined Vancouver's academy as a 12-year-old in 2016. He's been putting up impressive numbers ever since. Well, as we continue our mid-season special episode of The Report, now we bring in a guy who knows a thing or two about playing at the highest level. Ali Curtis, Senior Vice President of MLS Next Pro Competition and Operations and Senior Vice President of MLS Sporting Development. That's a mouthful. Thank you, Ali, for your time. You and I have seen this league kind of grow since its inception. We're now at the midpoint of Season 3. What has caught your eye so far this year?
Thanks for having me. The games have been incredibly intense, incredibly competitive. You know, now that we're into our 3rd season, it really has been a league of opportunity. We've seen so many players from MLS Next get opportunities in MLS Next Pro, which has been great to experience and to see. And then there have been a number of players from MLS Next Pro that have signed, first-team contracts in MLS, and some have gone on into Europe. We've had over 100 players sign first-team contracts in MLS, and then we've had a number of players sign short-term contracts. So it's really been great to kind of see all that cohesion and integration between all the different leagues. And we're also seeing it, from a staffing perspective, when you see coaches that are moving up and moving over, and then also athletic trainers and other areas of the staff. It's really been special. So yeah, incredibly intense and competitive, but all good things.
All good things with him leading the way. Ali, thank you so much for the time. He touched on some of the numbers there. Now we're going to take an even deeper look at MLS Next Pro by the numbers. There have been 190 matches played. That's led to 632 goals. That gives us an average of 3.3 goals per game. We've witnessed 44 shootouts this season with a shootout conversion rate of 74.8%.
There is our go-ahead. We are underway in the first ever Battle of the Independents between Chattanooga FC and Carolina Core. And that's going to trickle through from the open goal from Jesus Ibarra. Vanya, goes left corner. Overhead kick is in.
A big part of what makes MLS Next Pro the league that it is, the independent clubs. Making their MLS Next Pro debut earlier this season, Chattanooga FC, who got off to a pretty strong start, winning 4 of their first 8 games. But their head coach, Rod Underwood, knows that wins are hard to come by, and halfway through the season, feels like that is something his guys are still learning what it takes.
They're raising the level of soccer in America, and that's one of their major goals. And hopefully we'll see more of these players in the league making it to the first team, and not just making it to the first team, because I think the league will say we want these guys to come in and be difference makers at their first team level. And it stresses us every game. We haven't had an easy game in this league. So even the Miami game 6-2, that was an easy game. Things just bounced our way that game.
The boys in blue bookend the month of July with some home matches, first against Crown Legacy, then they close it out against Orlando City B. In between, they'll get their first test against the best in the East, Union 2. Then we'll face the other independent newcomer this season, Carolina Core, for the 3rd time this season. The 2 teams have split wins in their first 2 meetings, and Core's Chief Sporting Officer, Eddie Pope, is hoping that they take the tiebreaker.
And then I'd say the level of competition has been great. You know, it's been good to see how much the league has grown over such a short period of time. The players are so good, the coaching is so good. It's just been a pleasure to watch, you know, all the teams play and really to watch how this stepping stone called MLS Next Pro is really a thing, and it really is working.
Now, taking a look at Core's upcoming schedule, they will play only 3 matches across the month of July. August sees them play host in 4 of their 5 matches in the month, with their lone road test coming against formidable FC Cincinnati 2. Now, having covered this league since its inception, I can say with confidence that there have been some incredible goals since day one, but the quality of goals through season 3 has been off the charts. So when I say that getting recognized as having one of the goals of the season, that is a big deal. The first one that broke into SportsCenter Top 10 came off the right foot of Chattanooga FC's Mehdi Wamri. With his back to the goal, the 24-year-old's bicycle kick earned him the goal of match week 12 and has us still thinking about it all these weeks later. Similarly, Rebs 2 midfielder Maciel combined right place, right time, and right skill set for another stunner. From beyond the 18-yard box, he booted an attempted clearance right back at the defense, finding the top right corner of the back of the net.
Chance to get through here. It's lovely footwork. Nearly a tremendous goal. Oh my word! It's a stunning strike. A stroke of genius from Gerardo Valenzuela.
With goals on the brain, it just feels like a good time to maybe check in on the Golden Boot race. Chicago Fire 2's David Poreba sits alone at the top with 9 total. Right behind him is his own teammate, Harold Osorio, who's in a 2-way tie for second with Roald Mitchell. They both have 8 apiece. 4 players have 7 goals on the season. They sit tied for third. And as we wrap up, we conclude with the moment. Now, there have been plenty of good ones halfway through the season, but the moment of the midseason belongs to St. Louis City, too. They just somehow keep outdoing themselves. This time, they broke the all-time attendance record with 10,671 fans packing City Park. The home fans got to see their team win their 5th straight over their Midwest rival, Sporting Kansas City, too. Halfway done, halfway to go. Who gets to compete for this year's championship will come down to who can close out the season with that Empire state of mind. I'm Michelle Montaigne saying so long from the city that never sleeps.
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, con las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
Welcome back to Zions Bank Stadium. Real Monarchs, a 1-0 lead over North Texas, looking to pull off a Western Conference upset on this Sunday night as we wind down in match week 16. Let's look back at the first half highlights. Both teams had some chances. This was the best opportunity that the visitors had in the first 45. Malachi Molina, his shot turned away. Both teams able to go back and forth, create some chances. Solly was very active, able to create for himself and create for others. Andale did a really good job, got in behind a couple of times in that first half. But then chances for the Monarchs. Really good build up there. Quality run from Paul, and then this was the magical moment. It's Redzik. Nobody steps up to stop him, and he's able to put it in with his left against his former club. Somebody who played at the FC Dallas Academy at the age of 6. And that is a look back at our first half highlights. Now our first half statistics As you see, it was fairly evenly played. Both teams with 5 shots. Monarchs one more shot on target. North Texas, they really staked real estate in that final third. 5 corner kicks in the first half, but nothing to show for it. Now look at the scores from the last couple days, and then a look ahead as well. It was a jam-packed week as we wrapped up match week 16 at the midway point of the season. And looking ahead to the start of match week 17, North Texas kicks off the new match week Wednesday, July 3rd, a late night match, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time against Minnesota United 2. That is before a 10-day break for Michel Garbini's squad. So they'll have fresh legs after this bit of schedule congestion, but they have 45 minutes to try to work their way out of a deficit. They are 0-1-1 of the season when conceding the opening goal. And away we go. Final 45 minutes here at Zions Bank Stadium. John Gross with you. So happy to have you along for the ride tonight. The penultimate match of match week 16. The final match of match week 16 just kicked off. This is a battle between the number 2 team in the West, North Texas, sitting on 30 points at 7-1-5, unbeaten in 5 straight. Meanwhile, Monarchs at 4-8-1, sitting on 14 points. Entered today in 10th place, now down at 11th place with some movement from around the league. 6 points short of the playoff line. And for Mark Lowry, the first-year head man for Monarchs, he said that this is a North Texas team that just finds ways to win. They're so difficult to break down. We know we'll have possession. We know we'll have chances. Can we find a way to win? So far, his team in control since that 30th minute goal by Redzik. Now they're looking for more. Barker John, as the flag stays down, does well to keep it in play. Leaves it off for Redzik, the goal scorer. Redzik tried to smack a goal where it didn't get any bend on it. Goal kick in the way. Here is Michael Collodi, who, according to the league, has been the top goalkeeper in the league at the midway point of the season. 4 clean sheets, 4 shootout wins, and 12 starts. That includes a shootout win last match, 3-3 draw against Austin. Well done to break down this press. Now space to work with. The pacey Matthew Bell leaves one off and the flag is raised. Really good job by this back line to stay in tandem. And for all the shuffling that you'll see in this league, this is a center back trio that has been consistently playing together this season. And Gordon, Westergrain, and Korcha. Maybe a bit of variation at times on the outsides, including today. Here is Parker, one of those wing backs. Parker works towards the byline. Did it take a touch at the end? No. Simply a goal kick for the 17-year-old Fernando Delgado. And he's only 17, but he does already have a couple of years of experience at the next pro level. He made his debut for Real Monarchs as a 15-year-old. He was the youngest goalkeeper in the world to debut as a professional. Bell connects with Silva. Centering feed for Redzik. Redzik goes down. Here is Endely. Just able to get rid of it. Now a surge ahead by Mendonca. North Texas on the move here. Garcia has it broken up by Farnsworth. Here is Mendonca. Oh, lovely combination here. Solly unable to do anything else with it though. Mendonca wins it back. Mendonca pops one across, chested down by Parker. And a goal kick on the way. One of the more decisive stretches we've seen in this final third for North Texas. It's an area of the pitch in which they've had significant possession, highlighted by the 5 corner kicks that they've won. The ball takes a deflection, and it's gifted away right in front, lifted over the crossbar by Malik Henry Scott. And a break for the ages for Monarchs. Let's get one more look at it. Well, that's why when you're pressing the keeper like that, you jump. You never know. Here's Diego Garcia. Picks out Parker. Parker finds a surging Solly. Solly dispossessed. It's Pierre there defensively. Now Bell on the move. Bell numbers alongside him. Has Gordon backpedaling. Still Bell, unable to sneak one through. Well done by Westergrain to break things up. Solly slices. Solly flicks through. It's Henry Scott, but the flag is raised. Henry Scott a couple of times has been caught offside today. The older brother of Tyrick Scott, who is the leading goal scorer for this team. Not available for selection today, however. What a season it's been for Tyrick Scott. 4 goals over his last 4 matches. Somebody who, after debuting for North Texas in 2022, missed all of last year with an ACL and LCL injury. Now a breakout season for Tyrick. Oh, tapped ahead. Here comes Paul, and he's offside. Andeli lost it, and then it's one back. How about Molina? Molina goes down and awarded a free kick. Watch the ability for Molina to win this ball back for his side and then continue on in stride. He wins it. Look at that spin. And bumped down from behind. The 17-year-old, he has earned call-ups with the U.S. U19 youth national team. You can see why. It sets up a free kick in a threatening area. Garcia and Mendonca, the duo, standing over it. It will be Garcia off the wall, comes out to Parker, unable to sneak it through. Parker nods it forward. Now comes out of the area, lifted back ahead. Solly settles. Is it broken up? And on the move is Barker John. 3-2, Barker John. That feed broken up. Good recovery by who else but Malachi Molina. Rolled through. Mad dash for it. And Delgado wisely lets it roll into the box. About 11 minutes into the second half, it's had a nice pace to it. Certainly some action on both sides. Redzik. Now the goal back in the 30th. Wide for Barker John. Damian Barker John tries to switch. Oh, what a ball that is to Silva, just out of his reach. You have to love the willingness to send one across like that. Did take a pronounced skip and out of the reach of Tommy Silva. Molina under pressure from Bell. Molina keeps it in play. It is turned over, however. Paul now. Paul goes down just outside of the 18. Gordon in disbelief. Bell wants to restart things quickly. And Garcia and Gordon doing everything they can to prevent that quick restart. Get one more look at this. You see Paul take a shot into the back. Two players who are very capable of sending in a quality service. Kalaskan, who leads the league with 7 assists, and Tommy Silva, who has 2 assists this season. And it will just be Silva. Silva sends one in, cut out by Parker for a corner. This portion of tonight's match is presented by Intermountain Health, the power of we. Noel Kalaskan back to the corner flag. Plays it short. Kalaskan now sends one in. And again headed out for a corner. Checked out a goal kick. Well defended by one of the most difficult back lines to break down in the league. Just 12 goals conceded, including today's goal for North Texas. At 11 entering today, which was tied for the fewest allowed in the league all season. Here was Parker. Parker John able to break that up. And now Michel Garbini will send a pair over to the fourth official. Haven't seen any changes yet, but looks like that is about to change. Anthony Ramirez and Abdul Zane getting ready to enter for the visitors. A couple of midfielders. Just past the hour mark, Western Conference Showdown. North Texas looking to extend its unbeaten streak beyond the 5 matches it's currently sitting at. Real Monarchs looking for a statement victory at home before embarking on a 3-match road trip. Solly stays with it, now gets rid of it. Back to Solly. Probing around, pops one ahead, one more touch. Henry Scott goes down, a whistle, and a point to the spot. And it is a yellow card as well. Goes against Zach Farnsworth, a Utah native. And Malik Henry Scott earning the PK, and it's Enes Sali who will take it. Let's watch this.
Yellow card caution, Real Monarchs, number 32, Zachary Farnsworth.
And Farnsworth shown yellow. Second yellow card against a player from Real Monarchs today, as Paul was booked earlier. So it is Enes Sali. He has scored a goal in back-to-back matches, has 5 in the season. Sali, can he level things as he stares down the 17-year-olds? Fernando Delgado. Sali scores! Nice and simple. Enes Sali nets his 5th of the season, and we are level in the 63rd. Delgado guessed the wrong way. Sali was confident, and Sali will come out right after converting that PK. This was the change that was already slated to be made before the penalty kick, and he will come off. His day has come to an end. Same goes for Malachi Molina. Replaced by Anthony Ramirez, making his 11th appearance. The 18-year-old did not play against Austin. The Dallas native heads on, as does Abdul Zane, native of Cote d'Ivoire. On loan from Cote d'Ivoire side, Asec Mimosas.
For North Texas
His 13th appearance of the season.
Match number 99, Enes Sali, as well as number 2, Malachi Molina.
Oh, lovely touch. Here's Garcia. He'll pop one back. Zane had a touch on it. That was his first touch of the match. Nearly had a chance to score. North Texas, a little bit of swagger here. You see the confidence right after scoring that goal. Monarchs getting set to make a couple of changes as well. Bertin Jacquesson, the crafty forward from France, getting ready to enter. As Parker rolls one across, kept alive by Henry Scott. And Donka now. Isaiah Parker. And Donka. Here is Andely. Look at that pace as he is taken off of it by Farnsworth, and the whistle. And now we will see a pair of changes for Mark Lowry. So Jacquesson heads on. Jacquesson, somebody who has experience with Real Salt Lake, 16th pick of last year's Super Draft. He enters, as does the 16-year-olds, Omar Marquez.
In the 66th minute, leaving the match,
and another young player, Griffin Dillon.
Number 47, Damian Barker-John, and number 34, Luca Moisa.
Moisa comes off, Barker-John comes off.
Burton Yakison, number 40, Omar Marquez, and number
Dillon making his 10th
Griffin
appearance of the
Dillon.
season. Now ahead of steam here. Left back to Garcia. Pops it back to his right. Henry Scott strikes into side netting. Lovely combination play in that final third. And Henry Scott was starting to get more touches as he wins this ball right back. Now it's Garcia. Mendonca dispossessed. Bell finds the 16-year-old Marquez. There's Kaliskin. Mark Lowry said he likes what he has at those double pivot spots. Able to now get Griffin Dillon into the action, replacing Moisa. Here is Paul. Wide for Silva. Crosses in. Bit of a bump. Simply a corner kick. You saw the reaction from Westergrain saying, "Where's the whistle?" as Marquez came through his back. And it is a corner kick for Noel Calixon. Let's watch one more time. Watch 40. A little bit of a lean in with the shoulder. Bell. Silva. Calixon. Silva once more. Silva lofts one into the area. Colodi goes airborne, and will it be a card? Oh, now some shoving. Farnsworth getting caught up in the mix, and Matthew Bell says, "All right, let's hold up, everybody." There's the sportsmanship you love to see after what could have been a very heated moment between those two. Cooler heads prevail. Parker unable to keep it in play. Omar Alba getting ready to enter.
Monarchs substitution.
Alba will come on, the Panamanian. This is his first time coming on as a substitute. He had started all 12 of his appearances, and he replaces Bobby Pierre. Pierre, who missed the last 2 matches. And that change will move Storley to a center back position. You see Storley on it right now, which is where he has played for much of this season. One of the leaders on this team.
So does your wife?
Parker. We've played 70 minutes. Even here in the 71st. First half goal by the home side, a response by the visitors here in the second. Will there be a decisive moment? Andely. Have to love the willingness to take on these defenders 1v1. Too heavy on the cross, still kept in play by Parker. Zane now. Zane knocked off of it. Marquez tried to let that roll through. Nothing there. Risky there from Delgado at the back. It is maintained by Real Monarchs. Rolled ahead, Paul unable to get there. You see his desire to get in behind with those runs. It was so interesting speaking with Mark Lowry just about managing in this league and how different it is. He has a background in USL Championship. You know, most leagues, including USL Championship, you have pretty much your set roster, and that's what you roll with. A couple changes here and there throughout the season, a couple transactions, but that's it. Here in Next Pro, you have roster fluctuation, which gives so many different players so many opportunities. At the same time, is also challenging to develop a rhythm. And he used the example of the difference in striker play, just the need for players to know how to connect with those around them. Here's Henry Scott. And it does head out for a corner. But he said what he tries to do is develop his players in an intellectual way so that they can make those adaptations game to game, depending on who they're playing alongside of. They may run the same system, but one number 9 likes to get in behind, one number 9 likes to drop a little deeper. Garcia ready to send it in. Garcia's ball knocked goalward off the head of Westergrain. No trouble for Delgado. Marquez now speeds, leaves for Jacquesson. The best of balls for Jacquesson. Jacquesson had a lot of space to work with if that ball was a little bit wider. This portion of tonight's match is presented by America First, the official credit union of Real Salt Lake. America First has game-changing solutions for every financial need. So join the winning team today at americafirst.com. Andely has that kit tugged. Easy call for Jacqueline Metz. as we approach the final 15. Will we see a winner or will we head to a shootout? North Texas has grown very accustomed to shootouts and to shootout wins. They're 4-1 in shootouts this season. Bell leaves it wide for Omar Alba. Lifted ahead for Jacqueson. Stays in play. Jacqueson probing. Leaves it for Marquez. Marquez leaves it central. Stays in the area. The spin, the strike. Oh, just wide. What a moment. What a chance. And Elijah Paul unable to finish. Jacqueson does well to be patient, not just send one in. The feed from Marquez ends up with Paul. Oh, the spin. It's beautiful. Loses his footing at the tail end of it. Crunching challenge. And a reach for the card. It is Jacqueson who has been booked. He just came in late there. Let's watch this again. And no playing the ball. Just takes down Isaiah Parker.
Yellow card caution, Real Monarchs, number 27.
It's Bertin Jacqueson, who has been booked. Third yellow against a Monarchs player. Paul, Jacqueson, and Farnsworth all cautioned. Garcia skips one ahead. Mad dash for it. Scooped up by Henry Scott. Malik Henry Scott. Leaves it for Parker. Isaiah Parker now. Parker hits it goalward and scores! Oh, it's brilliant. His first of the season. And is that the winner from Isaiah Parker?
Goal, North Texas SC, number 15, Isaiah Parker.
The willingness to take that himself from a challenging angle. He is left-footed, on his strong foot, and he blasted by Delgado. First goal for Isaiah Parker. Somebody in the midst of a resurgent season. He was the third pick in the 2022 MLS Super Draft. Last year was loaned out to San Antonio of USL Championship. Really didn't make much of an impact there. And has now become a regular starter for North Texas. Had 2 assists entering today's match. And now has a goal to his name as well. And it may just be the decisive one. North Texas, 2 unanswered in this second half. Now Real Monarchs playing from behind for the first time today. What can they craft here? That stays in. That's a quality ball, and it is. Jacqueson dances. Dispossessed by who else but Parker. Scott. Whistled, and it will be a free kick in the 80th minute. Final 10 minutes plus stoppage time. Western Conference showdown, North Texas trying to extend its 5-match unbeaten streak and remain with just 1 loss all season. Meanwhile, Real Monarchs trying to pull off what would be a crucial result for them as they get set for a 3-match road trip. They've struggled mightily outside of Utah this season, just 1-5-1 on the road. Compare that to 3-3-1 at home. That road trip starts at Austin on July 5th.
Substitution for the Monarchs in the 82nd
Change
minute,
for
leaving the match,
Real Monarchs.
33,
Sebastian
Tommy Silva.
Joffrey
Entering the
will
match, number 70,
enter.
Sebastian Hoffra.
He replaces Tommy Silva, who was very busy on that left side. Joffrey a striker, and you'll see him head up front. So 2 strikers, and Joffrey and Paul. That also does remove a player who is very good out wide at sending in crosses in Tommy Silva. They really play with 3 at the back when they have the ball, with Silva on the pitch. Alaba back for Storley. Storley, nobody on the receiving end of it. Michel Garbini's squad trying to see out a victory. Would be his first win as the interim head coach. Took over earlier this month with John Gall heading to the first team. Michel, the longest tenured staffer with North Texas. Made 74 appearances with FC Dallas as a player. And actually his final professional match as a player was his 1 appearance in 2019 with North Texas. After that match, became a member of the coaching staff. Stayed with him ever since. He's been waiting for this moment, he said. Now it's his turn. He said he's going to do everything he can to represent the club, to prepare these players for the next level. And of course, he has that significant pro experience, including in MLS and in his native Brazil. Turner Humphrey getting ready for the visitors. Here's Bell. Farnsworth spun down, and it will be a free kick. Noel Calixon ready to take it. Farnsworth goes down. Haven't seen much in the run of play as of late for Monarchs. Calixon looking to dial something up at a set piece. Ball in from Calixon. Oh, and a whiff. Joffrey had it in his wheelhouse. get one more look at this. He was unmarked. And if he makes contact with that, really good opportunity that goes in.
Substitution
Instead of goal kick.
minute.
And here is the alteration.
North Texas
Turner
SC
Humphrey
leaving the match.
heads
Number
on.
36, Malik Henry Scott.
Replaces
Entering
Malik
the
Henry
match,
Scott. So
number
that's a
4,
defender for a striker.
Turner Humphrey.
Humphrey, the first-year pro, 44th pick in this year's Super Draft out of Oregon State, where he was actually roommates with FC Dallas first-round pick Logan Farrington. Big ball for Jacquesson. Jacquesson takes it himself. Parker riding him. Jacquesson stays with it. Jacquesson's cross! Oh, nearly an own goal. Deflected out by Gordon. Oh, so close to a leveler. And a mad dash to the corner flag. It is Joffrey who will send this in. Low ball. Stays in the attacking third. Joffrey. Kaliskan. Back to Joffrey. Here's Dillon. Back to Joffrey. He'll work when central. Headed away by Gordon. Controlled though by Dillon. Knocks it goalward and denied. Colodi the save. Quick restart from the corner flag. Kaliskan. Back to Joffrey. Sends one in. Bicycle attempt unsuccessful. And it's hit way too hard. Zach Farnsworth smoked it. Let's get one more look at what brought us to that corner flag. It's Jacquesson somehow able to stay with it. Nearly the own goal by Gordon. And the second chance. Joffrey, who's come on and has really made an impact. Tremendous save there. This portion of the match is brought to you by Zions Bank, the official bank of Real Monarchs. Oh, poor ball sent away by Colodi. Joffrey looking for the whistle, doesn't get one. And Alaba now whistles. Winding down in this one. North Texas, a pair of second half goals to take this 2-1 lead. Farnsworth. Loose ball scooped up by Westergrain. North Texas and its seemingly impenetrable back line trying to see this one out. They have looked the part for a chunk of this second half, but there still have been opportunities for the home side. Now they're looking for some more. Jacquesson's ball whisked away, and then one right back by Griffin Dillon. Here's Bell. Battles through contact. And nobody on the receiving end of it. More tie-up, though, from Joffrey. And Korcha, who was pleading his case with Jacqueline Metz. Korcha went down. We will see 4 minutes of added time. Jeffrey and Korcha now exchanging words.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official has indicated that a minimum of 4 minutes will be added to the second half.
Delgado sends it long. Here is Paul. Leaves it wide. Time running short for Monarchs. Parker able to connect. Now it's Garcia. Zane. North Texas coaching staff pleading for more possession here. Here's Kalaskan. Fluttering ball, nearly hooked up with Paul, who was able to send it out, at least for a throw. It will allow Real Monarchs to set up this press.
Substitution in the 93rd minute for North Texas.
And a change in the way for North Texas. Diego Pepe heads on for Diego Garcia, so Diego for Diego. Pepe played just 1 minute as a sub last match. He comes on in stoppage time in this match. 8th appearance of the season for the FC Dallas Academy product. Andeli races after it. He's looking for more, not just playing towards the corner flag. Farnsworth keeps it in play. What an effort there. Final minute or so. Monarchs looking for an equalizer. Dylan. Jacqueson keeps it in play. Jacqueson. Cross takes the deflection. And did it cross the end line? That's the question. Looks like it did, and we will see a corner kick. In the dying moments, to Mark Lowry's side. Sneak one through and steal at least a point. Jacqueson lays one in, stays in the box, and a goal kick in the way. And now a down North Texas player. It is Nick Mendonca, who's slow to his feet. We'll see just how much more time Jacqueline Metz grants in this one. And there it is. North Texas claims 3 points, 4,770 feet above sea level. 2 second half goals. And North Texas unbeaten in 6 in a row.
Your Real Monarchs won.
Michel Garbini, his first win as the interim head man, and it was the game-winning goal courtesy of tonight's man of the match, brought to you by Adidas. Came in the 78th minute. Watch 15 come into your screen. Isaiah Parker a resurgent season continues as he smashes home his first goal, and it was of the winning variety. 78th minute, North Texas claims the victory, courtesy of the Parker goal. He is our Adidas Man of the Match. So with the win, North Texas moves to 8-1-5, unbeaten in 6 in a row. Now 33 points, that is just 3 points shy of its total from all of last season. Real Monarchs drops to 4-9-1. For our entire fantastic MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, my name is John Gross. Once again, our final score, North Texas 2, Real Monarchs 1. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.